This hypnosis experience is copyrighted by Key Guy Technology, LLC, your 2019 copyright. This hypnosis file is not to be duplicated and or distributed without express permission from Key Guy Technology, LLC. Please try out our product, the Hypnosis Key, by going to www.hypnosiskey.com. The Hypnosis Key is a digital package that comes with over 1,000 Hypnosis Mp3 files that are read by a hypnotherapist. The Hypnosis Key is a $20,000 value that we sell for a very low price. Again, go to www.hypnosiskey.com. That is spelled www.hypnosiskey.com. Please enjoy your hypnosis file.
When you are prepared, I'd like you to close your eyes and move around a bit until you are extremely agreeable. Believe it or not. Presently, I'd like you to take a full breath to the check of 3, 1, 2, 3. At that point, hold it for 3, 1, 2, 3, and, as you discharge it, inhale out all the pressure and antagonism of the day. The truth is out. What's more, once more, envision taking in such quiet and unwinding. At that point, hold it before breathing without any strain. What's more, once again another decent full breath. The truth is out. As you lie there, inclination so loose and agreeable, you might be astonished exactly how free and loosened up your muscles feel as of now. They may feel light as air, or they may feel so substantial that you appear to sink into the furnishings. Any way your muscles feel at this moment, you realize you are as quiet and loose as you can be. All the pressure and strain and stress have now disappeared. When you are prepared, I'd like you to envision yourself remaining at the highest point of a trip of stairs. They could be old stairs, luxurious and wooden maybe, or possibly exceptionally current, or made of metal, whatever you wish. As you are remaining there, holding the handrail, I am going to gradually check you down from 10 to 1, and with each progression down you will wind up going further and more profound into unwinding. Presently, prepare to gradually venture down. 10, venture out. 9, until feeling charmingly loose as you make the following stride. 8. 7, you feel much more profoundly loose as you hear the sound of my voice. 6, until 5, until you are going further and more profound and more profound. 4, feel brilliantly profoundly loose. 3, you are multiple times as loose as previously. 3, you are so loose. And 2 and 1, you are as profoundly loose as you can be. What's more, as you keep on unwinding, each time you hear the word now, you will go further and more profound into unwinding. What's more, as you tune into the sound of my voice, there might be times when you float away and tune in without hearing every one of the words. However, that is okay, as your subliminal personality will tune in for you and will recall all I say. Presently, today will be the principal day of intonation in all respects, diversely about a little animal that you were once not extremely excited about by any stretch of the imagination. This was not useful for you, but rather, as you have now settled on the choice to change how you respond, it can just show signs of improvement for you. Starting now and into the foreseeable future, you will wind up inclination brilliantly quiet and loose at whatever point you hear the word arachnid, or regardless of whether you happen to see a creepy crawly, you will discover it so natural to not to be disturbed by any means. At the present time, from today, you might be astonished to see or even consider an insect and realize that none of the old emotions you once had will return, since you needn't bother with them any longer. Rather, you will find another method for inclination totally substance and safe around arachnids. You may end up taking a gander at an insect and grinning as you understand how innocuous and delicate they are to individuals. You may even come to acknowledge their useful companions. Presently, when you are prepared, envision yourself in your home, approaching your standard ordinary exercises. You might peruse, or at your PC, or maybe simply sitting in front of the TV. Whatever it is you are envisioning, you are feeling cheerful and quiet and loose. Presently, I'd like you to envision that as you are approaching your action, something grabs your attention and, as you turn your head, you understand an arachnid is descending on a string from the roof. The ancient Chinese ideal it exceptionally fortunate if bugs dropped from the roof as they thought they were descending from heaven. As you smoothly take a gander at the creepy crawly, you note its size. It isn't so huge. Actually, it's very small contrasted with you and absolutely innocuous. It is most likely undeniably increasingly worried about you. Presently, you will be astounded by how quiet and sure you feel as you watch this little animal, and, as you watch it advancing down on the string, you realize you wouldn't see any problems at all in the event that it contacted you. Truth be told, you may be stunned to find you have just positive sentiments towards it. You may even need to secure it. Thus, feeling sure and quiet, you get a bit of paper and, getting the arachnid, you delicately tap it out of an open window. As you watch the insect hasten away, you understand you never again need to keep any of the old emotions towards them by any means. Presently, envision those old unhelpful sentiments flying out of the window, never to return. You may have heard someplace that some are called cash creepy crawlies. Thus, if at some point later on, a little bug should go along and bounce onto you, recollect, it might present to you some good karma. Also, whenever you see a bug, you will acknowledge how great and valuable they are as they get the various kinds of creepy crawlies, for example, houseflies, mosquitoes and cockroaches that can be a disturbance on occasion. Bugs help prevent these different creepy crawlies from spending an excessively long time in the home, as they get them in their networks. Their networks are extremely helpful in different ways, as well as their silk can be utilized for parachutes which spare lives and delightful garments. Presently, I'd like you to picture sitting outside. It tends to be in a greenery enclosure or in a recreation center. The truth is out. While staying there getting a charge out of the sun and feeling so loose and content, you feel a stimulating sensation on your arm. It feels very decent, and as you hope to perceive what is making you sensitive, you understand it's an insect. It's absolutely innocuous and delicate, and you are shocked at how simple it is presently to simply dismiss it so it can continue on its way. Starting now and into the foreseeable future, you might be stunned to find that at whatever point you see or even consider an arachnid, that none of the old sentiments will return, since you needn't bother with them any longer. You are currently feeling totally good and loose about bugs, reviewing just the positive characteristics they have. Subsequently, you are a lot more quiet and responsible for yourself, and this feels great. Venture your psyche into the future now and envision that you are visiting a companion you haven't seen for some time. As you thump on their entryway or ring the doorbell, you hear a voice from inside welcoming you to come in. You turn the entryway handle, it isn't bolted, and likely open the entryway. As you enter, you see 2 feet remaining on a seat, and gazing upward you see your companion. Your companion is crying spider spider in an insane voice and indicating a little animal on the floor. You grin at your companion and state, "Don't stress, I'll manage it, no." Thus saying, you get a bit of paper and a glass and bother the arachnid onto the paper and under the glass. You disclose to your companion that there is not something to be terrified of, and relate all the positive characteristics that creepy crawlies have before discharging it outside onto the grass. Your companion descends from the seat and expresses gratitude toward you lavishly, yet you reject the thanks with a shrug and a flood of your hand, clarifying that arachnids are our companions and are undeniably increasingly startled of us than we are of them. When you understand what you have recently done and how regular you said it and how certain you felt, you feel extremely pleased with yourself. You understand that these quiet and sure sentiments are greatly improved than the old dreadful response you used to have, and this makes you feel better. What's more, now that you have encountered this situation in your brain, it will be multiple times less demanding, in actuality, should you experience one of your little 6-legged companions. What's more, these recommendations are solidly installed in your intuitive personality and become more grounded and more grounded as every day passes by. They become more grounded continuously, more grounded constantly, more grounded constantly. In a minute, I will tell you the numbers from 1 to 5, and at the check of 5, you will be wide conscious, completely alert and revived and prepared to enable these recommendations to work for you. 1, 2, 3 returning gradually, 4 eyelids starting to shudder and 5 eyes open wide, alert brain and body coming back to typicality.